table, and he's literally like, his eyes are bugging out of his head, and Molson walks over and under breath, he's like, "Get up, I didn't hit you that hard, bro." Like, I'm like, I think Steve's dead. Steve's dead. By the way, shout out to Steve the teacher in China. That's where he's living now, so.
Jesus.
Steve the Chinese teacher. He teaches English.
Oh, good for him.
The Chinese school system. Yeah.
Oh, so he's helping them take us over. Okay.
Exactly. Thanks,
Fuck off,
Steve.
traitor.
Thanks, Steve.
Traitors get executed.
Funny Steve the teacher story. Steve, I love you, man, but this is a great story. When I casually mentioned to my parents, because they did like a super religious show, and us non-religious folks stayed in the back, and one of them was Steve. And I was talking to my parents about that. I'm like, yeah, well, those of us who aren't religious types, we just decide to stay in the back so not to be disrespectful. I'm like, Steve stayed back there too, but that's because he's Jewish. And my dad goes, "Really? I couldn't tell by looking at the nose on that guy." And I was like, oh, that's so mean because his nose is enormous. Steve, I love you, man, but my God. So, by the way, my father's insensitive, so if you want to just call him a prick, go ahead.
That's one way people tell.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the indie story portion of the show. We'll continue more of that later. Let's talk about some other fun stuff that's happening. First Hall of Fame induction goes to D-Generation X, the second actual stable to be inducted.
Yep.
Yeah, but this time it's like 6 people instead of
6 people instead of 5.
Yeah. Sort of.
Oh no, they did 5 because they had JJ Dillon
too. They counted JJ, yeah.
So I'd like to personally address the complaints I've heard about this. Here are the following complaints I've heard, and I've heard a lot. Complaint number 1. Well, it's great Triple H is getting in, but he should probably be in by himself. Yeah, no shit. He will be.
He will be.
There's a chance he's in 3 different times.
Yes. Number 2. Well, but making Shawn Michaels a 2-time Hall of Famer, it doesn't make Flair's thing any special. You didn't think this was going to happen?
Shawn Michaels deserves to be a 2-time.
Yes. And
he is, of all the people, he is Mr. WWE.
Complaint number 3. I'm glad they're finally going to put Chyna in, but she's gotten in.
At least she's getting in.
At least she's getting in. Can you guys just accept this? We're making progress here. Complaint number 4. Well, what's the point of inducting Billy Gunn? He won't even be able to be there because of AEW. How do you know that? You don't know that. My God.
They'll let him be there. He'll be there. He might not get a ton of time on the microphone, but he'll be there.
I don't think WWE is going to be that petty.
And then the last complaint I heard was, well, this sets a press... Oh, well, this wasn't a big complaint. I only heard this from Chef, I love you, but Rick Rude is not going to be included with this.
Yes, I know he was a founding member, but he was really only a member for like 3 weeks.
Yes, they're including the core people, which leads me to my last complaint that I heard. Well, if they're just going to do it like this and include everybody, which they're not including everybody, when they induct the NWO, they're going to make a lot of people... No, it's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I promise you, when they do the NWO, it's going to be their original core members.
Yes.
You know who it's going to be? Whoever the fuck Vince McMahon says it's going to be.
Like, it's going to be Hogan. It'll be Hall and Nash. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's X-Pac.
Yeah, possibly Big Show, X-Pac, and maybe even DiBiase.
I don't think it'll be DiBiase.
He was core.
He was core, but I don't think he's gonna be.
It could be Bischoff.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Bischoff.
My favorite thing when I went back and watched those old Nitros and stuff was figuring out that they called him 6 because he was the 6th member of the NWO.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I remember he was called 6 or 6-Pac there.
He was 6.
And I was like, oh, it's because he was the 6th person to join the NWO.
Exactly.
SYXX.
I'm stoked for this, by the way. I think it's deserving.
Oh, I DX is absolutely more than deserving.
And here's the other thing, guys. This isn't going to be the big emotional speech about their career. It's going to be friggin' hysterical.
They're going to have so much fun with this.
It's just a bunch of friends that got to make a reactionary group to their friends group in another company.
Oh,
just realize that DX is a response to NWO using the friends of the guys in the NWO.
Basically, yes.
Which is why, at the 25th anniversary, DX and NWO were together.
Yes.
Because they are essentially the same group.
Or no,
at the core.
It was 25. Yeah. They were, for all intents and purposes, same exact thing for two different companies.
The other thing about the whole DX thing. You know what nobody pointed out? After all the complaints about Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and China, and AEW Gunn, and all that other crap, you know what? Well, I heard a couple of joke comments about that. They're like, I can't wait to see Hornswoggle get inducted. Again, people who don't understand how this works. You know what nobody mentioned? The most important thing possible. Without DX, and I hate to say this, but I think it's true, without DX, X-Pac probably wouldn't have been a Hall of Famer.
That's probably true.
He didn't have his singles career wasn't Hall of Fame worthy. His Hall of Fame stuff all happened as a member of DX or the NWO.
I mean, you could do that early kid stuff with
and then like
Razor Ramon, but still, that I don't think what he did with Razor Ramon made him a Hall of Fame worthy.
No,
wrestler.
It was just a
moment. James Dudley.
I think what he did.
It always comes back to James Dudley.
At the end of the day, it's whatever Vince wants.
You know how they justify it, too? By putting James Dudley in there?
Because eventually Vince made him in charge of an arena.
Because he was the first black guy to run an arena.
Yep.
So.
Because after they changed from Vince Sr. to Vince Jr., he's like, hey, why don't you say you're in charge of this thing?
What it boils down to is his career, all of his titles, with the exception of one, were as a member of NWO or DX.
He's a damn good worker.
X-Pac is a fantastic worker. Hell, he's got a fantastic podcast, too.
He also had, he was also the originator of what they used to call X-Pac Heat.
Yes.
Which I didn't understand. Because he was fucking great. But anyway.
Well, it's what it is. But yes, DX to the Hall of Fame. Awesome. Speaking of Hall of Fame people, this is actually really funny. They announced, coming to Netflix, Chris Hemsworth, better known as Thor, he's on other stuff, but most of I know
he's Thor.
He's going to portray Hulk Hogan in a biopic coming to Netflix.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Oh, the memes have been phenomenal. Memes have been amazing.
That's going to be interesting.
I mean, I think he's a great actor, and he has the body and the ability to pull it off. But it is odd.
Yeah, I think he'll do.
It is odd to have an Australian man play the real American. But hey.
Speaking of wrestling-related movies, Fighting With My Family is out this weekend. I'm going to be seeing it tomorrow.
I heard it's great.
If you guys are listening to this on Sunday, if you're part of our Sunday crew, I've already seen it. I'll give you guys a non-spoilery review next week.
I think I might see it this week because I think my aunt wants to go out to see it while she's here.
Well, if we all see it, then we'll post a spoiler review.
And then chances are it's either that or Lego Movie 2, because there ain't anything else out right now. Because Captain Marvel isn't out until my aunt's gone. So
there you go.
So
hey, make it a double feature. Pay for one, sneak into the other.
Oh,
like you've never done that.
I have never done that. I have actually paid for 2 tickets ahead of time.
I have
Which
done
is
it
funny
because times, but still.
I've never done it by myself, but my father, Dad, I hope you're listening to this episode. My father got me to do that more than once. And then always followed it up with the infamous, don't tell your mother we did this.
Uh-huh.
That's how I saw Wild Wild West. Thank God I didn't pay to see that.
actually
Wild
did
West,
hate Wild
y'all.
Wild West.
Wild Wild West, y'all.
I was with Wild Wild West most of the way.
I only saw it the one time in '99 when it first came out, so maybe I should try it again because oh my god, it's been 20 years. Holy crap, we're getting old. The hell do you mean I'm going to be 35 in November? God damn.
I'm going to be in a row come December, brother.
I know. You're going to be making that joke. If you don't make that joke, I will consider you a failure at life.
Somebody will make that joke on that episode, yes.
It will be, and it will be me. or Glenn, whichever one gets to it first, and then that's like a week we have.
Well, it's because you're going to.
And as soon as I intro the,
you're going to intro me and say it's my 37th birthday, and then
Ellis is going to interrupt and go in a row,
and then Ellis will be not on the rest of the episode.
Cut him off. Cut off his feed. Cut off his feed. Cut it off, damn it. So yes, that will be a thing. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I can see that Randy has already seen it. He's in the chat, and he said it was phenomenal. I've also seen my buddy Tristan saw it. He's one of those real movie critic friends of mine. But, like, harsh where I trust his opinions because he's very analytical with how he watches film. And he was like, wow, that was a 9 out of 10. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I
trust Stephen Merchant, so...
Yeah, Stephen Merchant's brilliant.
He's one of the names where he's attached.
So like, I know Big Bang Theory isn't the most popular show among a lot of my core friends, but when he was on for his 2 real episodes, I am almost positive that he wrote his own dialogue because there's no way their writers came up with how much clever stuff he had. There just isn't. There's no way it's possible. Everything he said was freaking hysterical. And his timing was great about it. Everything. I'm like, he had to have thrown.
I say if you're gonna have a creative force on your project, at least let them try.
And of course, I know he did a lot of improv dialogue which is game is brilliant. So, my favorite is the achievement that you get if you kill yourself when it tells you to. Mm-hmm. He's just like, why don't you just jump into the vat? Just jump. Just do it. And then if you do it, as you're dying, you just hear him go, oh, wow, was that easy? Like, he's just like in shock that you actually did it. That was one of my favorite achievements in that game.
Of course I did. You told me to.
My favorite part of that game is actually this is the part where she kills us. And then like the title of the section is called "This is the part where she kills us," and then you unlock the trophy called "This is the part where she kills us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So brilliant. Of course, I'm doing the 10-day video game challenge, and today was my day 3. So I did Portal, and the GIF I chose was space.
I gotta do my day 3 still.
We're in space. Gotta go space.
All right, so back to the news.
Back to the news. All right, so good old Vinnie Mac, who apparently right now thinks WWE is stale and has no stars because that's what you do when it's your product and you are negative about crap like this.
Guess what? You agree with 90% of your fan base.
Indeed. He called for some top NXT people without consulting Triple H. But
yeah,
which is why
as you can tell when 2 of them were champions and one of them won it a month ago.
Well, the funny thing is the running story is he basically asked who the top NXT stars are.
Give me them.
So somebody said Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Ricochet, and Aleister Black. And he's like, okay, I want them. Obviously, he doesn't watch the product because Tommaso Ciampa and freaking Johnny Gargano are like blood feuding.
And Gargano already had lost the North American title on a taped NXT that aired this week. So he had to appear on TV with a title he lost like weeks ago in reality.
Yep.
By the way, Velveteen Dream, new NXT North American champion.
In a fantastic match.
Oh, best TV match so far this year, I think. Like, pay-per-view wise. Great match.
And see, this is the route he should have been going. He needs to have that secondary title first. I absolutely agree with this stepping stone.
I absolutely agree too. Velveteen Dream is such a great character.